Hey traders, it's Steve from the Stock Index Trading Room, sending you greetings from the beautiful state of Wyoming. My daughter moved out here not too long ago, and with my granddaughter, and I decided to come out and spend some time. I'm going to hang out a month or two. I'm not quite sure. It's a nice thing about being a successful trader. We can do this from anywhere in the world. So I am living the dream in Wyoming, and we want you to come join us. It's a spectacular life. We want you to come join us and have the flexibility and freedom of being a winning trader. Today we're going to cover uh, back to basics, sort of pivot retag, number one price structure, number one structure pattern. We're everything about structure in the room because it's what works. It's what large traders trade to. And we're going to use Trap Trader Oscillator Advanced needle bars for some price action confirmation on a pattern that repeats. And we test repeating patterns. And some of our members choose to trade that and do incredibly well. So if you've never read this, please pause, do so, come back and join us. This is Wednesday morning the 10th. Our charts from April the 9th. And this is just the way I do recaps and presentations. I do the day before. Not all days are great. And we go through that. That's just part of trading. So what we're going to talk about is a PRT or a pivot retag. And basically, that's just a short, simple name to talk about the concept that markets like to test potential turns. Now, traditional trading would have this coming down and this going up and breakout trading below this point, and that works. We do that with Trap Trader Oscillator that's reading order flow, but our advantage is that we get in these trades way before this occurs, okay? So some advantages that we have. But the number one confirmed reliable trading structure is a turn being tested. Now you can do that locally, which is what we do, a very tight pattern, so we can use small-ish stops and we can get our win size larger than our loss size. And then we don't have to be very good at this to be profitable. You can notice here we have a new high and we test it and we fall apart. We have this low that doesn't get tested, okay? So markets typically don't bottom this way, and I look for and teach the market to revisit that. So do that 100% of the time? No. So do it over 90% of the time? Yeah. So Steve, you're saying over 90% of the time we come from here and test this? Yeah. Typically not a straight line, but sometimes market moves in straight lines. So anyway, the pattern, this is our room chart. We've cleaned it up some and made it a little bit simpler to look at and navigate. You've seen me, this is Ultimate Trend Identification System, saying trend is working down, okay? And structure is saying we are in distribution. What our experienced professional traders do, we have a lot in the room now, they'll let the market bounce. They'll let it establish direction. Let's go down and bounce to get overvalued. Now we have a couple of ways of reading valuation. Trap Trader Oscillator is my favorite. Smart Momentum is some people's favorite. Rob's used Smart Momentum concept to become a World Cup trading champion, okay? These smart patterns that we talk about that repeat, that's just simply what he did to become a World Cup trading champion. You can follow in his footsteps or not. That would be up to you, but that's what we do in the room. So here we can do this locally, which is what this is, which is the way we trade it in the room. Again, because we can use a relatively tight stop in here. And if we're trading this whole structure, this is a pivot retag into this, we really need to put our stop above this, right? Which, again, it gets us 5, 6, sometimes 8-point stop. And traders tend to shy away from that. And that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. If it works most of the time, which this concept does. But we're going to talk about some local, the market goes down and it goes up, and there's a fight, there's a discord in here about, are we too expensive or too cheap? Okay. And so we have this potential turn, type 2, and we retag into that on a red background. Now, what we did yesterday is we focused on, and we have been focusing on, this set of indicators. This is Smart Dynamic Zone overlaid on Trader Oscillator. And I'm not going to go through the details. If you come to the room, we'll teach you all about that. If you don't, then you won't get any of this, and that's cool. We wish you the best of luck in what you're doing. So anyway, we look here and we have the confirmation with the needle bar going through both zones. Barely, that's good enough. And we're trading in a room, and we like this, and we brought this to our members' attention. And we had an entry over here that's not what we're talking about. It's not a pivot retag. But it's above value, above range, and the market tends to be very positive, and it wasn't. When this went a couple of points, when this reversed, we made the comment in the room, this market is in trouble, because this is an incredibly 5% likely probability, very abnormal for the market not to continue to respond. So that tells us that it's in a selling mood. UTIS, ultimate trend identification system, says down. Structure reference says down. We get a bounce to overvaluation, and we're in. So this is the pivot retag. We have this edge, and we test it, and it fails. It holds this. The buyers fail to take it higher. The sellers win the day. Okay. Now, remember, we talked about, I'm going to go ahead and mark this for reference. We talked about markets not bottoming this way. So that would be a target if you're brave enough to trade to that. Now, we were pretty lucky. Come on. Excuse me. We were fairly fortunate in the fact that, the market decided just to tank. But here's our pivot retag on color. It's very important, with needle bar confirmation. Okay. Now, the second signal I marked, we marked this in the room. We had that marked that really didn't work. We marked this one. I marked this one. It was a pivot retag into this high. And Trader Oscillator was totally overvalued. And I was even talking, we have a very good trader in our room that just simply likes a simple concept. If we're on a red background and Trader Oscillator is overvalued, we go down over 90% of the time in the past. These signals that have worked for 7 years for us, some of our members have collected tens and tens of thousands net winning points off of these signals. They may never work again. They may never fail again. If we have something that's worked for 92% for the past 6 years, we anticipate it doing the same for the next 6 years. That's all we know. But anyway, we had this one marked because it was overvaluation, my favorite trade, Mark Williams' favorite trade. And you can see we go again. We're in the mood just to tank here. And then the third thing we marked in the room was this edge, retagging into that, and our needle bar confirmed that. You can see we have this price bar represents this price bar that goes through green and pink, and Smart Dynamic Zone is buy heavy, order flow buy heavy, as it's represented above our midpoint line. And we'll teach you all of that in the room if you come join us. So we had that one, and then we had this one that we talked about. I'm going to talk about this. Here we have a pivot retag on color. This is a pattern we're looking for, but we don't have our needle bar confirmation. We don't have Trader Oscillator Advanced. Okay. So filters occasionally will keep us out of a winning trade. Here's the same filter we would use. Needle bar did not confirm this pivot retag on a red background. It kept us out of a losing trade. See, we would have needed for this bar to print all the way through before we would sell it with this concept. Okay. You know, we even have some order flow breakouts saying we're going up, which of course we did. And I'm on break after that. I stay an hour and a half or 2 hours in the room. I'm on break after that. And we get some other signals throughout the day that match this. I'm reluctant to do this, but I'm gonna do this. I traded this. This is my account. I traded this, and you can see it. It was I'm trading a 2-lot. It's early in the month. As my account grows, I'll grow trade 3, 4. I very seldom get over 4, and you know I'll just clean profit out at the end of the month and start all over. But anyway, I was trading a 2. This represents a 2-lot. And here's a number that I'm most proud of our systems and what we work on is that our average winning size was 110. Our average losing size was 25. So our win to loss size is 430% on this system this day. A little unusual. This is not the best day I've had this month, but it's a little unusual that, you know, the market just gave the signal. It was very, very, very organized. Okay. So I have people that ask, what about, you know, yeah, you show us that day. Let's look at Monday. Okay. And not near as good a day, right? 50% less, and you know, a lot of drawdown. Okay, a lot of signals that didn't work, and we roll down and we can see our win to loss was only 1.16. I'm not very proud of that number. That's not great trading, in my opinion. Average wins $100. Average loss is $90. So you can see we're basically just pushing it around. And to make this work, we've got to have a super high win percentage, which is okay, but most traders aren't disciplined enough to get to a super high win percentage. So we're not guaranteeing these results for your account. We have no idea how you're going to take our stuff and apply it. I don't have any idea how you're going to do that. Okay. So that's not what that representation is. I just wanted to show you that this stuff works. Rob Mitchell's a World Cup trading champion. Has been working on this for 30 years. He told me less than a year ago he has learned more in about a 4-month period as any other time that he's ever traded. There's one of the greatest traders in the world saying he's learning more now than he ever has because of our stuff and what it's teaching us about market structure. Yeah, we're probably going to come back down here. Okay. We know that. And it laughed at it on the way through. I was here to there when I thought that was a spectacular trade. So anyway, we'll tell you up front, we don't know where the market's going. We get some 90% probabilities for some shorter term stuff with win size, loss size in a positive factor. So we have a fighting chance to make this work. Questions? StuckIndexTradingRoom@gmail. If you want to come join us, go to our website. There's a nice little discount coupon there for you to get you started off on the right track. Started off kind of cheap and easy. And you know, I don't know. The membership fee works out to about $10 a day. I don't know if you were in the room and we had 2 points in that one and that one and that one. If you could get $10 of value out of that, some traders can't, and we understand that. If you're open-minded, come join us, and we'll teach you how Rob became a World Cup trading champion. You might become a World Cup trading champion. We don't know that, but we have the tools that he used to do that, and we share that with you. So, on behalf of just a growing number of successful traders in the stock index trading room and World Cup trading champion Rob Mitchell, I'm Steve from the beautiful state of Wyoming, and I'm here until I decide I need to go back to Tennessee, which is a beautiful life. And again, like I said, I'd love for you to come and join us.